Let's talk about the number one reliable witness, right? The witness that has got experience in the ballistic look in the ballistic evidence, the witness that has got an experience in the GPS expect, the witness that has got an experience in judicials in general, the witness that has got a lot of expertise as far as that court proceeding is concerned. I'm talking about the most trusted, according to the state, the most trusted witness, and that is Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng. He possesses a lot of these characteristics that makes him the number one witness in the sense of Meyiwa case, the number one football expert as well. Because I mean, wow. If we look at the case under Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng, you know, a few questions that comes to mind. Number one, does the conduct of this number one witness inspire confidence in the judicial? I just need to hear this from you. Does the conduct of this inspire confidence that the man is not biased, the man is in between? Does the conduct of this number one witness does it inspire courage? Does it inspire people to say, you know what, I might have difficulties in my life. Maybe there are people who have wronged me, but I know when I go to court, I will find justice. Does it inspire all of these things? It's a question that I have, having observed the characteristics of this person. And remember, we are of the view that we will never judge a character by occasional deeds. In other words, everybody can. I may be wrong. You may be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, look, we do have those tendencies to error, right? So we do err as human beings, but then we cannot conclude that we are this type of a human being on the basis of just an occasional deeds. So we did not arrive on this point just over an occasional deeds exhibited by the man called Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng, but we arrived at this point because of a consistent behavior from his side that has led us to believe that he is indeed the number one witness. He is indeed the number one cell phone expert. He's the number one ballistic expert, the number one GPS expert, the number one football expert, right? I don't know. It sounds sarcastic, but actually, it's what we are experiencing in this court. There's no change in look so far as behavior is concerned. It just worries me about all these things. But there's one thing as well that worries me, and it is this. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, I mean, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the Super Thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, will bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Moral deterioration and let's say moral deterioration in society is reflected in all sort of things that takes a center stage in this country. You will see moral deterioration, the deterioration of morals through football, through soapies, but you will never expect to see that in court, because in court that's where we judge morals. The sole purpose of a court existence is to differentiate between evil and good. And the aim is that when the court finds you that you are guilty, in other words, the court is giving you a verdict that we have found defects in your character. We can confirm that there is defects in your character, and thus we will then give you this. Let's say we will give you 10 years to go and correct your defects, to go and correct your character. We will then give you this 10 years. And now we are handing you over to the next department called the Correctional Service. The reason the Correctional Service is called the Correctional Service is because they are to correct the defects in your character, or they are to assist you. That's their sole purpose, the Correctional Service as well. Do you see the sole purpose of the courtroom is to judge between evil and wrong, between evil and good, is to differentiate between right and wrong, and it is to it is to confirm that indeed here there are defects in this character, but based on the and the magnitude of these defects, we are deciding that we are going to send you to a department that is going to assist you correct your behavior, being the Department of Correctional Service, right? The department. So do you see? That's the sole purpose of the court. The sole purpose of the Correctional Service is to help you change your defects, is to help you correct your past, right? So you can come back rehabilitated. But the question is, what happens if we see that process being manipulated, or what happens if we see that process, we see presiding officers that doesn't seem to be independent, doesn't seem to be impartial? What happened? Do we trust that whatever is being said by the court, it is good for oneself? It's a question that I have to ask you. Can we really trust that the court itself, right, based on its behavior, the court itself, does it now have the right to rule over us when in the court itself there are questionable characteristics that need to be corrected? I don't know if you, I don't understand if you see the magnitude of my question. I'm saying look, this is an example. You can't take a thief and say he must rule over other thief. Like, it doesn't make sense, because this thief will use the power to destroy the other thieves, but not necessarily fighting crime. That is what we have seen in politics. We have seen other people persecuting other people using the power of the position they occupy at that particular juncture. But that's not to say they are fighting crime. No, they are fighting their enemies using the system. I am saying, in relation to what we are seeing in court, right, can we confidently say that, you know what, whatever outcome that is that is going to be given in that court, are we going to accept it as the truth? Because the people that presided over such outcome or such process did not show us the signs of partiality, did not show us signs of favoritism, did not exhibit signs of biasness. It's a question. It's a cause for concern, and it's a rhetorical question. Are we not witnessing the love of the father and the last born? The father being Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng, the last born being Advocate George Baloyi. Because, I mean, honestly speaking, when have you had the judge reprimanding George Baloyi and telling him that this is not what is supposed to be happening here? But we have seen consistently the judge constantly is on Advocate Baloyi's, you know what I'm saying? It's a cause for concern. It's a cause for worry. Is this a pursuit of justice, or is this a pursuit of cover-up? Right? Where does it take the dignity, or where does it put the dignity of the judicial system in the judicial in South Africa? Because whenever one judge does something, it just create a lot of questions in people's mind. But something that has been bothering me a lot is this one, is that how best I'm looking for a best way to say this, right? Something that has been bothering me the most is the seniority of the presiding officer. These people, beside the experience, it's got how many years? Over 40 years experience, right? We are expecting the experience we are expecting the experience. Let me say, because of the experience, we are expecting to see that, at the end of it all, we want to say, wow, you see, this judge has got experience. Look at how he conducts himself, right? But are we seeing that? It's a question. Number two, he's not just he's not a junior judge. He's not just a judge in the middle. He is a senior judge. Now, when you see a senior judge behaving the way he's behaving, it then make us ask this question: how was the conduct of this person throughout the years in his judicial career? How was the conduct of this man? We are saying it is so predictable that we know that these accused are gonna look, they will be found guilty. It's so easy to predict that. You just look at the behavior of the state, the behavior of the judge, and you can just look at the way the manner in which the witnesses are treated. You know, a court is supposed to be a place where people are treated equally, because a court is supposed to be a place where you are presumed innocent until proven guilty. But in this instance, we see people being presumed guilty until proven innocent. That is why the other day, even Advocate Baloyi was so audacious to even say the state must file its own, the defense must file their head of argument first, then the state will respond to that. Where have you seen a scenario where the defense files their arguments and the state respond? Remember the terminology that they keep using. The state is the domain. This word, man. Okay. Let's remove the legal jargon there. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, this legal jargon is so difficult." What they are saying is they are a predominant party in this whole thing. The state is the leading part here. So when you bring somebody to court, it means you've got an evidence against that person. So you lead the evidence. You lead the way in all things. That's why the state get preference, even when it comes to witnesses. If, for instance, the defense says, I want to use this witness, and the state says, we will be using that witness, Judge Baloyi says the state will be given the first preference. Why? Because they are the dominating part in this whole process. So how do you then have a dominating part that is supposed to lead witnesses now telling the defense to actually file its own head of argument? But then under Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng, all of that is allowed. It doesn't go, he doesn't rebuke that. And then he comes back and he says to the defense, you must assist Advocate Baloyi with information. The same Advocate Baloyi that says they've got everything covered. They've got everything. Having followed everything that I've just said here, will that result in what is supposed to be called a free and fair trial? It's a question I have in my mind to say, man, guys, no. Something is off about the behavior of our honorable judge. It doesn't inspire confidence. We already know that judgment has been given here. We already know that verdict has been written down. It's just a matter of just wasting time. Let's pretend as if we are following a certain process so we can allow things to unfold. But where at the end of it all, we can see that no, man, judgment has been made in this case. The judgment is already there. That is what we can see. That is at least what I see about our number one witness in the Senzo Meyiwa case. We now have to follow up with his cases as well. Hence, this was just episode 1 to build up on that one. We will follow up upon all the cases that the witness has ever presided over.